It's a beautiful sunrise here on the Space Coast. So a little bit of trivia for you. In 1999, they changed the area code from 407 to 321 in honor of the space program.
Well, that makes sense.
Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Coming up to Lone Cabbage Fish Camp, our first stop. And I'm gonna take you on a ride that you've never been on. Twister airboat ride.
Giddy up.
Yeah.
An airboat ride in the swamp?
Alligators, snakes, turtles, they're all right here on the St. Johns River.
Oh, I can't wait. We've passed this 1,000,001
Yep.
times and never stopped. I can't wait. The Lone Cabbage Fish Camp looks like it kind of grew out of the cypress trees.
Yep.
If you want a taste of old Florida, when you think of the South, this one was picturesque. And the Twister airboat rides, meeting Captain Dennis.
We're at the Lone Cabbage Fish Camp, located on the St. Johns River, just right outside of Cocoa, Florida. It's about 310 miles long. It starts about 60 miles south of here and flows north all the way up to Jacksonville, where it goes in the ocean, Jacksonville. It's one of the only two major rivers in the northern hemisphere that flow from south to north. People come here to go to the beach, the Space Center, and the airboat ride. And we've been running around in airboats, fishing, hunting, and everything out here for the last 45 years. It's fascinating. It's a beautiful place to be. It's different every day. You can go out there and see something different. It's fantastic.
I knew she had no idea what we were gonna do, and she hasn't been on an airboat ride.
I just tell you to shut up, sit down, and hold on.
Was stuck the whole time because I was grinning, but then, so I was like, I couldn't get my lip down. I was having so much fun.
So after that, we jumped in the RV and headed towards the beach.
You get off of A1A right there and you turn into the port and you see Port Canaveral sign, but you get a little confused thinking that you're on the right road to the campground because you're passing the cove area. Then you pass the cargo ships and then the cruise terminals, and you're thinking, where am I and where am I going?
We checked into Jetty Park, and it's a hidden gem.
That night was actually really beautiful for me because we had a full moon. We sat up there with our chairs and got that nighttime salt air.
So did you enjoy your airboat ride today?
Very much so. I would do that again. That was fun.
And now we're here at Jetty Park Campground, one of my favorite parks here, my hometown.
It's kind of a family vacation paradise. I mean, you've got the theme parks close by, you've got the beaches, you've got Jetty Park Campground where you can sit here and watch the sunset, the cruise ships go out, the moon.
And guess what? Rocket launches.
And rocket
right that way.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, it's got everything.
Looks like they're partying on that ship, doesn't it?
I still wouldn't trade it for my RV. This is just the end of day one.
Fantastic. So that next morning, we got to wake up and do something I haven't done for a long time since growing up there, and that's go watch a sunrise over the beach. We walked out of the campground right onto the fishing pier. I brought my fishing rod.
You got to wet a line and actually caught a little Spanish mackerel.
The park closes at 9 p.m., so you have the beach, the jetty, all to the campground. So it's really nice to wake up in the morning and have your own beach to go out to, and no one's out there.
I convinced you to get a few more steps in with me and take a hike across the beach. So it was a perfect way to greet the morning. The sun comes up and you get to see what kind of day you're getting.
After that, we came back to the campground. We got the rad bikes off the RV and we took a trip to the exploration tower. Beautiful day, isn't it? It's nice and cool. It was a quick ride. There's a very wide bicycle path that we call a multi-use path, so both of us could ride side by side. We got a special guest that's waiting for us to give us a little more info about this port. All right, so here we are. This is Exploration Tower.
It's fun to go ride the boardwalk all the way around because they've got a little pond that surrounds it. It's really beautiful. That was another fun ride.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's all sauce. It's plastic.
Those are plastic hangers for the manta ray.
Wow. All of it's plastic. When you look at it, it's so well done.
Very cool. I love the jellyfish. We can do some shopping when we come back.
Okay,
You want to head up?
It's up to the top. Then we went all the way up to the 7th floor and came out of the elevator. Wow, look at this view.
Wow.
This is Port Canaveral. If you look to our left, that's State Road 528, the beach line, takes you right in to Cape Canaveral. This port does cruise ships, cargo, recreation, and NASA. It's just got everything.
I can see the VAB over there.
Yeah, the VAB is, we're gonna see that tomorrow, and you're gonna get a totally different view than you've ever seen.
I mean, we are on the Space Coast. I got to see a little bit of space.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's destination. Let's get going.
What was also cool about being there in the port is we got to meet Captain Murray, the CEO of the port.
I'm from a maritime background, and I certainly appreciate the value of a port to people that are engaged in water activities. Supporting our local commercial fishermen has been a priority of mine since I've been here. We have 2 operators, and it's really important that they're successful as part of our charter. Jetty Park Campground is fantastic. It's a little-known secret to a lot of people. A lot of people don't know we're the 2nd largest cruise port in the world. I think the favorite part of Port Canaveral is when we have 5 or 6 cruise ships in at the same time, and then they sail past Jetty Park. You're so close to these ships as they sail by. It's really an exciting experience. And you ask for exciting moments, there's plenty of them here.
Our next stop was Wild Ocean, and I had never been here, and it's a business that has been in Brevard County on the Space Coast for many generations.
4 generations.
Off this coast, we've got the red shrimp, the rock shrimp, white shrimp, hoppers, and the browns. Shrimp boats will come in, they become part of the community while it's season down here.
Talk about a hard-working job. These guys go out, spend weeks at a time catching shrimp to put on our plates and provide to the restaurants.
Ours are wild caught, wild grown. There's no antibiotics, there's no chemicals. Food as God gave it to us.
Ready?
Here at the port, Seafood Atlantic buys shrimp from us, and then Grills buys our rock shrimp.
If you want a taste of the Space Coast, go to any of those restaurants. Certainly go to Wild Ocean. The rock shrimp and the brown shrimp, I think, were my favorite just because they were really distinctive.
I'm a ruby red guy. I've been eating them a long time, and Cynthia did a great job of telling us about it and how to prepare them and how to cook them, and it was a really interesting time there at Wild Ocean. So after the shrimp tasting, we went down to Seafood Atlantic, and I had my friends and family with us, and what an end to our 2nd day. So day 3, we woke up, headed west, then headed north. It was a half-an-hour drive from Jetty Park to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.
I was, already in my head, I was being a little astronaut geek because I knew you had something special planned for us.
Hey, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Bruce Melnick.
When Commander Bruce Melnick came walking up and I knew we were meeting an astronaut, I was ready. I mean, it was awesome. What do you have for us today?
This is going to be awesome. There's so much to see here. Let's go.
It really started our day the right way.
This is where the Space Shuttle Atlantis is, that flew in space 33 times.
3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis.
And to have one here, 1 in 3, one of only 3 ever, is really special. And the way it's displayed here, there's another one, you know, up in Washington, D.C., there's another one out in California, but this is the best. When you walk in, there's not just the space shuttle, but there's the Hubble Space Telescope in there. There's a lot of exhibits where you can see inside the cockpit of the space shuttle. There's simulators downstairs where you can actually dock the space shuttle to space station. There's a lot in there.
Okay, this is the van that they probably took him out to the shuttle in.
I need a newspaper to make this happen.
Are you getting potty trained for space?
Yeah, come on.
But that exhibit right there, when you go inside and take a look at Atlantis, it'll put a tear in your eye.
The first exhibit was the Atlantis to see the space shuttle. And so we came out of that, and right in front of us was this Planet Play. And of course, if it has play in it, I gotta check it out.
I can't wait to see what's around the corner. Here we go.
This is incredible.
This is awesome.
This could be the greatest playground I've ever seen.
Oh, we're powering it.
This is for little people.
Oh.
Oh.
I've never played virtual air hockey.
Yeah, all right, you're up. Here you go.
They have beer and wine, and you can sit there and relax and watch your kids. So perfect little place because they thought of everything.
I win, woo! The coffee table was this interactive, I mean, you can actually open up the park map and interactively look at where you're gonna go next. Whew.
Wow. That could have been one of the coolest playgrounds I've ever been in.
By far. Oh, look at that. That's the man, Alan Shepard, the first American in space.
Oh my goodness, that's the guy that inspired astronaut Bruce Melnick.
That is. Oh, there's Sally Ride.
I really liked going to Heroes and Legends. The way that they did that display of all the people who have been inducted into the Hall of Fame was very impressive.
It was a great tribute, really was.
Yeah.
The VAB is where we stacked the Saturn V rockets, and then we converted it to stack the space shuttles in there. And now we're stacking the NASA's new Space Launch System in there.
I told you when we were on the exploration tower, I said, look at that building, and it looked about that big. Well, we were standing right in front of it.
It didn't look like that.
One of those stars is 6 feet wide.
That whole flag is the size of an NBA basketball court. I read that it would take 250 billion ping pong balls to fill that thing.
I wonder how many RVs would fit in there.
That's a good question.
Let's go check out Saturn V.
Yeah.
By visiting the Touch the Moon display.
The Apollo Saturn V Center. That was pretty cool too, because you're talking about massive 3-stage rocket. Look at these engines.
You look at that Saturn V, and then you walk along the first stage, and then you walk the second stage, and then you walk the third. I mean, you walk forever till you get to the final tip top, and you get to this little bitty capsule, which is the only part that took 3 men to the moon and back.
You know, space is not our final frontier. We've got a lot more to explore.
I can't wait. Where are we going next? My wife loves anybody in uniform, whether it be military, firemen, policemen, and now astronauts.
Woo! That was a blast.
Absolutely.
A literal blast. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
All right.
We need to spend 2 days here next time.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I always have to get in a trip is a nice hike. I knew you had something in store for us for some Florida wildlife.
So we drove out the beach line, 528, Took a right-hand turn, went north on US 1 through Titusville. Then we headed east. This is the area around Kennedy Space Center that is the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge. And this is one of the best places in the country for bird watching.
First, pulling up to the visitor center and going in and meeting Ranger Kim was really cool because she's been here for 6 years.
The National Wildlife Refuge is 140,000 acres, and that includes area both inside and outside the Kennedy Space Center's secure area. Visitors come and they're outside the secure area, driving, hiking, boating, enjoying the wildlife.
After we left Ranger Kim, we went to the manatee observation deck, and we got to see some manatees.
So the manatee observation deck is on the shore of the Haulover Canal, which is a great place to look for wildlife. It connects the two lagoons. It's about 6 miles away from the visitor center, and it has a lot of educational information there too, so you can learn about manatees while you're watching for them.
See right in that little area right there? See his nose?
Oh yeah. Ranger Kim's the one who gave us the tip to take the BioLab Scenic Drive because we have the RV.
The BioLab Scenic Drive is 7 miles and it's one way, and you're going to drive right along the shore of the Mosquito Lagoon. It's really pretty and it usually has lots of wildlife on it.
For an RV to come down this road, I know it's a gravel road, but it's really well maintained.
Yeah.
You get to sit up high enough so you can see above the mangroves here. If you're in a car, you can't see that.
Yeah, it's really a tunnel. I know Patrice's smile was just, I couldn't get it off her face because she just couldn't get enough of, there's fishing on this side, there's alligators on this side, there's birds flying everywhere. It was a really interesting drive. The best thing to do for this drive, my advice would be to come as early as you can. The earlier you come, the better chance it is that you're going to see more wildlife, certainly alligators.
Ranger Kim had said that the Wildlife Refuge is the only national refuge that works with NASA in the country. So it's cool how they all coexist on this little strip on Merritt Island.
There are a lot of endangered species. One of the ones that's easy to see is the manatee. There's the Florida scrub jay, which is endemic to Florida, only found here in the state. We also have the wood stork, the gopher tortoise. Those are ones that people see all the time.
Mother Nature truly puts on a show, all the sights and the sounds of all the birds, and this has been a wonderful day. And you'll never forget that you're on the Space Coast because you can see that vehicle assembly building everywhere that you are. My favorite part is always coming home and seeing your parents and your friends.
My favorite part was the airboat ride. And let me tell you, Dennis took us on one of the wildest rides through the reeds. That to me was a really special stop.
I think the Space Coast is such a fun stop for the family. It is a family vacation paradise. You've got it all.